It's day 6 of Daphne Designs. You know, as soon as I log in, I always go to the center of town so I can set up my trading stand, and I saw this person and they actually traded us and they wanted to offer for our alpaca. We got so lucky getting this alpaca from one of our trades. And guys, this alpaca is worth so much more than I thought it was. It's actually worth a little less than a fairy bat dragon, a little less than a shark puppy, a little bit more than a pudding pup, but it's probably worth like 4 or 5 like good legendaries, or pretty good legendaries. Of course, values are always changing, so it might change, but it's worth quite a bit, and it's worth way more than this evil chick. And it's also worth way more than this neon ride Tasmanian tiger. Today, I definitely want to work on finishing up this bathroom so that we can get our house for trade. I'm gonna sell these showers and actually put in a nice bathtub, just because I think the bathtubs actually look better. And if you remember, we have some showers in the living room that we can use to grind with our pet. And I also want to make sure that all the golds actually match in the bedroom, or in the bathroom. Then I know I want to put a window in here that matches the ones in the living room, and then I'm going to go into the bedroom because that window just didn't match, and I'm going to change that window out as well. I just copied the colors off the window in the living room so that both of these windows would match exactly. Then I'm also just going to clone the curtain panels so that the window in the bathroom also has the curtain panels on either side. Then I knew I wanted to add like a pink rug to the floor just to give the room a little bit more color. I just really like to add rugs like everywhere all over the floors because I just think that they look better. Then we got this offer and they actually added in a diamond dragon, and these are worth more than our pet, so I definitely accepted this trade. Then I was doing some grinding and I actually had this person trade us and they put in this ladybug. So I just added some random pets because I wasn't really interested in the ladybug. And then they said for alpaca, and guys, this was a ridiculously under offer for our alpaca, so I just declined the trade. And then back to decorating, I actually decided that little circle above the table, I just think we needed a little bit more up there, so I actually just cloned them and moved one to the right and one to the left, and I actually thought that looked better. And then I put one above the bookcase over on the left side of the door. And then I decided to add another plant over on the right side of the window, back behind our couch. I'm just trying to add some details to our house that makes it look a little bit fuller, like it's a little bit more finished. So I picked a plant and then I changed the base to white because I just like it when the pots are white, or for the most part, I guess. And then this one actually has a lower part of the pot, so I changed that to white as well. Then I moved it back behind there, and then you know how I like to do, I actually cloned it and then I turned it so that it looked like a fuller plant back there. Then we actually had this random person show up at our house, and sometimes I really like that because I feel like maybe they'll give us some feedback on how we could change our house, but they ran out pretty quickly. Then I decided that the bathroom looked kind of empty without a toilet in there. I just felt like it needed a toilet so it actually looked like a real bathroom. So I just needed to move the vanity and the mirror over a little bit, and then move the bathtub and kind of angle it in there, and I actually think that looked better. And then I added a toilet over in the corner. Then I wanted to add a bench, but I actually used a stool right here underneath this window, or I think it's a window. And then I just changed the colors to pink, and then I actually cloned it and moved it over, and to me it looks like a bench is sitting there, and I just think it looks really cute. I feel like the bathroom just needs more stuff in it, so it looks like it's filled up. I think when you just add a lot of stuff, it just looks like a actual bathroom. Or maybe it looks like you did a better job of decorating, I'm not really sure. So I decided to add this long mirror. I feel like I add this to a lot of my houses because it just takes up a little bit of space and gives the room some color. And I added this artwork on the wall that was pretty empty because I just feel like it filled up the wall and it gave it just a little bit more detail. So I changed the color to white and pink to just match with our theme. And then I just wanted to add some bottles, and I think I added a shampoo bottle or whatever to the top of the vanity just to give it some color and make it look like a real bathroom again. I love to use the little glass bottle because I feel like the color isn't as bright and it just kind of gives it a little bit of color without being overwhelming. So I actually added 2 bottles, and then I added a shampoo container or whatever. And I just think it looks so much better. Then I decided I wanted to put something above the toilet on the wall because it just looked empty there, and so I just took this circle or this ring and I just moved one to above the toilet. I thought the ring just I don't know, it just kind of needed something, and so I'm actually going to add this like sand dollar like underneath it to make it look like a piece of artwork. If I change the sand dollar to like white to match the ring, then I think it'll just look really good. I'm absolutely loving how everything has turned out so far. I really love this house. So I just kind of walk around everywhere to see if there's anywhere I feel like I need to add like something else. I loved the arch so much that kind of defined the area in the living room for like the food bowls and stuff, and so I decided to put like a small one like in the bedroom as well, just to give it a little bit of something. Then again, I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else we need to do. And I feel like this ring like above the bookcase just looks kind of empty, so I decided to clone it and just make a smaller one to like go inside of it, and I just feel like it looks better. We are so close to having this house complete so that we can actually try to trade it and get something good, hopefully. I decided to add this New Year's starlight curtains. I absolutely love these, and I have used these in a lot of my builds. I just think it's like really cute. So I decided to add it to all the windows and kind of just have it like popping through, like so that you can barely see it, but it just gives like a little bit of like glitter or a little bit of something. I actually just changed the color like to completely white because I just like it better that way. And for some reason on this first window, it just took me a long time to kind of like get it lined up like exactly right, like exactly popping through the way that I wanted it to, but it definitely seems like the other windows went like a lot quicker. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just so like girly. I don't know, it just adds a lot to the room, I think. You wouldn't necessarily have to use these in your house if you don't want to spend the bucks, but I just really love the way that it looks. And I think our house is finally complete, so I just give it one last look before we're going to list it for trade. I'm really wondering how long it is going to take us to trade this house, guys. I mean, I think it's super cute, but who knows what other people will think. If you like this house, don't worry. I'm actually going to do a speed build on it so you can actually watch it and decorate if you haven't been following along already. So I'm going to list it for trade. I'm going to pull out my cold cube so I can start aging it up while we wait for offers. I actually said in chat that I was trading a swordfish, which is ultra rare, for 3 cats, and we finally got this offer, and so we're going to have 3 more cats so we can try to make another neon. Then we had this person trade us, and they actually gave us this Ratatasker for free for no reason. Either they're just giving pets away for free, or they saw that we just started, because I'm sure that I have that in my profile. But obviously, anytime I'm doing one of these challenges, I'm more than happy to accept free pets. And then we got the very first offer for our house, guys. I'm super excited, but I never know like what to think. And guys, they added a mega ermine. It only took us 6 days to decorate this house, and it would have taken us way longer to actually age up 16 ermines to make a mega. They said this or add, and so I was like, oh, I do really like those. Do you think that you could add? Then they added 4 ice cubes, so I was thinking, oh, we can make a neon ice cube to trade as well. I don't know, guys. What do you think about this offer? Honestly, this is probably the best offer that I've gotten for a house ever. If you remember in my other series, I only traded my house for another house. I kind of hate to take like the first offer that we got for the house because I have no idea what will get offered, but I think I'm gonna take it because I'm going to be so disappointed if we get really bad offers and we never get an offer that's as good as this one. Guys, please comment down below and tell me if you think this was a good offer or not, because we just traded our house. I cannot believe we just traded our first house and we traded it on the first offer. I want to show you my inventory after the end of 6 days of us working on this house and trading it and trading pets like low tier neons. But first, let's check out our next house that we're going to be decorating so that we can trade it. I bought this house because at this point we don't have that many bucks, and so we're just trying to see how far we can like grow our inventory and like move up, but we just don't have that many bucks to decorate and stuff so far. Okay, so at the end of 6 days, we actually have a mega ermine, we have an alpaca, we have a diamond dragon that's legendary, we have 4 ice cubes that we can make a neon to trade, we have a neon brachiosaurus, and we have 4 cats that we can make a neon to trade. And then we have just a bunch of other like random pets. I'd say we're doing pretty good after only 6 days, and I can't wait to decorate the next house and see how far we can go. So I hope you'll join me for the next episode. Bye guys, until next time.